So what games came out this week? So if you don't know what this series is, it's basically me going through all the games that came out this week that I feel like are worth either buying or getting. I'm not going to mention every single game that came out because there's a lot of them and I just don't have that much to say about a lot of them. So starting out on November 9th, My Singing Monsters Playground came out. So this game is in no way my cup of tea, but the only reason I'm talking about it is because I heard of the mobile game, and I figured it was interesting that they made a Switch game out of this. This isn't a mainline game, it doesn't really have much to do with the My Singing Monsters games at all. It's just basically they put My Singing Monster characters. It's just that they took the My Singing Monsters characters and put them in a different type of game. This is basically a mini game collection. This is basically just a collection of mini games, and if you beat the requirements on each mini game, you progress further in the game, and once you get to the end of all the mini games and you beat all the requirements, you're done. So it's one of those types of games. I wouldn't say it's worth buying, but I just thought it was interesting to bring up because of the history of these games. Alright, November 11th. This is when you get into the good stuff. So, on November 11th, Shin Megami Tensei 5 released. If you don't know what Shin Megami Tensei is, I'll give you a basic rundown. The Shin Megami Tensei games are set in a post-apocalyptic Japan, and you are a character that goes on a lot of different post-apocalyptic adventures. In this game in particular, you are sent into the post-apocalyptic future of Tokyo, Japan, and you have to find a way home while battling demons and deities. This was a pretty big release, and I would recommend getting it if you're into JRPGs. If you're not into JRPGs, this may not be the thing for you. Now, this is not really a game, it's a game, quote, system. On November 12th as well, The Legend of Zelda Game & Watch released. This Game & Watch was released to celebrate the 35th anniversary of the Legend of Zelda series. The games included are The Legend of Zelda, Zelda 2, Link's Awakening, and the Game & Watch game Pound Pests Aplenty. Now, should you get this Game & Watch? I mean, not if you're not familiar with the Legend of Zelda series. I would say if you have not at least played some of the Legend of Zelda games, this isn't really worth it for you. If you have played at least one of them, I would say this is worth it for you. I would say it's worth it for you because you get to experience a lot of the Legend of Zelda history. You have a lot of games at your disposal. You don't have to deal with getting an NSO subscription. All you have to do is pay for this device and you get a lot of the Legend of Zelda essentials. There is a little bit of a disclaimer though. The version of Link's Awakening on this device is in black and white. So this is the original Game Boy version. This is not the upscaled version on the Game Boy Color. Even with that, I would say this is worth it for you if you're a fan of these games. This has pretty much the same build as the Mario Game & Watch that came out a year-ish ago. So if you already have that, or you at least know what that Mario Game & Watch looks like, pretty much getting the same deal here. So that is all that I wanted to mention that came out this week. And I hope this kind of opened eyes to something new that you didn't hear about. And I hope that you enjoyed. And I will see you in the next one.